Hey everybody, it's Lynn from L&K Stampin' Events. I'm missing somebody, but I think she's going to join us here in just a minute. So let's get started. I'm going to show you today something from we're going to be highlighting at our one-day getaway. I'm going to show you a quick and easy card today and a fun fold that you can use on anything that you already have. Okay, here we go. Let me flippy. Hey, hoping Kathy's there. Hoping I can't really see you whenever you comment, but Kathy will be able to see you. Welcome, welcome everybody. It's another L&K Stampin' Events live video, and we're still talking about this June 14th one-day getaway. It is Sips and Bloom's mini retreat. If you've never been to a retreat or you've never been to any of our stamping things, they are fun. I promise you. It's good times. It's good projects. It's good food. I mean, what else could you need? It's all wonderful. All right, let's get started. I'm going to show you a little preview of where we're going. Here it comes. Ooh, We're going to be making a card today with this incredible paper. I just love it. Hey, Paula, I see you watching. Love you, Paula. Check this out. Look at this. This is our DSP from the, what's it called? Floral Impressions 12 by 12. And we're going to be featuring this beautiful paper, but it has a lot more beautiful paper inside. We've shown it to you before, but I'll just page through it real quick. And look, it's got some nice neutral backgrounds too. Gorgeous blooms. So it's Sips and Blooms, and today we're in bloom. I'm in bloom. I got my floral stuff on. I got my floral earrings. And look at that. It is just very botanical. If you love botanicals, a lot of people love the sunflowers. Beautiful green background. I love the pinks and the purples personally. Those are my favorites. And then this one, oh, that is gorgeous. That is so pretty. And look at the green in the background. Okay, today, let's make a card. This is a fun fold, and I want you to know you can do this with any paper you have, but it works particularly well when you have a run of paper like we have that's almost a continual scene, okay? Works great with scene cards. So let's open it up. It's just a regular fold, but look at that. I love it. It'll stand up nicely on display. It just takes your paper and it continually goes across, okay? And then, of course, you gotta have your envelope. Little envy. So this was made with this paper. I cut the one side. Let me show you. Here's our fun fold again. Take that out of the way. That's what you're gonna make. And here's our fun fold just in white so you can see it. So it's a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper cut in half. And then you score it at 4 1/4 and then 2 1/8. And look at that. You just fold it back. That's it. It's an easy fold, but it makes a beautiful impact card. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use today our Old Olive. Old Olive, it sounds old, but really Old Olive is a basic. If you need a workhorse of a color and you're like, I don't know, I don't want to buy all the colors, just start with Old Olive. Old Olive is a basic color that you can use for just about anything. All right, let me score this bad boy here. I do like to score my folds in advance. I'm going to try to get this in camera here. I am missing my scoring blade. So our cutter is really great. It makes super nice straight cuts, and you can do it just about anywhere, like on your lap, like it doesn't matter. But it also comes with, the best part, it comes with a scoring blade. My scoring blade fell out probably because I moved I've been taking this out of the house and around, but it's here somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to show you. You can go ahead. Here's our little, I got my little marks down here so that I can tell where I'm going. And I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. And I'm going to show you that there's a little fun tool that goes. This is our pick tool. Pick it. pick it. And you can flip it and have a nice scoring tool on this side, and you can get a thinner one over here. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. All right, so I'm just going to knock that right down in there and give this a score. And then I'm going to scoot it over, or you can flip it. Another way to do it is to flip it. So that was at 4 1/4, so now we're going to go 2 1/8. Okay, right in there. And use my scoring tool and just go like that. Okay. Or you can just fold it. You know, go old school. If you go old school, remember to go all the way to the corners. Okay, line it up with your fingernails so that you make sure that you get all the edges just right. And then you can just push back and then use a bone folder or the back of a spoon. Okay, now we're going to fold this back. And again, look, it's just that one folded back again. I like to score it just so my paper folds real nice, but you don't necessarily have to. All right, here's my fold. Boom. All right, let's get our paper out. So here's my designer series paper. So I cut that long strip, okay, at 5 1/4, going this way, okay? And then I got a 6 1/8 piece going this way. So 5 1/4, 6 1/8. And that actually allowed me, so look at this paper, how it went. This is how the paper went. Let me go this way. This was how the paper went. See that? See how it connects? So I cut this long strip here at 5 1/4. And then I cut it at 6 1/8. And I had enough for 2 cards. One that kind of leans to the purples and one that kind of leads to the pinks. Okay, now I'm going to cut this. Let's lay it on there. Hey, Marcia, I see you. And I'm going to turn it upside down. Why? Because I want to make sure that I can use my edge over here. Hope you can see that. Use my edge over here to see my numbers. Hey, Kathy. Yay, there's the K of Ellen K. She's on. She's going to be doing her live next week. So watch at noon again next Friday. There we go. I'm going to go. So if that was at 2 1/8, right? I'm going to cut the 2 inch. I'm going to cut the 2 inch. Okay. Let's pile those babies over there. Get that out of the way. And now I can add on, let's go back in order now. I'm going to put them back the way they came. You know, a lot of people struggle with how much glue. Look, it's just the tiniest little bit. And these, I'm a green glue fan. It's Mono Multi by Tombow. And it's just such a thin little line. And the one in the middle, we're just going to go center that, pop it down. Let me get it centered. And what I also like about the glue, is you can kind of see how I had to lift it a minute and adjust it. Yeah, you're going to be getting some of this paper. If you come to the retreat, you're getting some of this. It's going to be in your swag bag. You're going to have it. You can walk home with it. You're going to make cards from it, and you're going to have it to take home. Our swag bags are awesome, by the way. You're going to get a lot of goodies in there and all the things you need to make the cards. We're making 2 sets of 4 cards. So you're walking away with 8 cards. I mean, yeah. All right. Now we're skipping this panel because we got to have something there to write. I wonder if I cut that panel. I may not have cut that. We'll see. You know, you try. All right, get that on there. Isn't that pretty? Da, 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 da. And then we're going to stick a white panel in there. Did I get that white panel in there? No, I did not. I did not. But it's okay. I actually keep, here's another little tip. I try to keep a set of cards already cut for the insides so that I can just pop them in. I cut a whole bunch at once. So let me get one ready. So those, pull this thing in again. These are at 4. These are the typical inside is 4 by 5 1/4. And that gives you nice border on the inside. And I'm going to take this panel now and I'm going to cut it in half. Back at our 2 1/8. Got it? Got it. Okay. Oi, Facebook, I'm here finally. I see you. All right. And then we're gonna pop that down. And that way we're gonna have a nice place to put our message. I think I made it just a little too big. Maybe this one. Let me see. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. All right. Measuring on camera. It's like, you know, have you ever talked in front of people and you're like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. That's what happens when you're on camera sometimes. Okay. I'm going to put that down. And now I've got a place for my message. So I was thinking, these to me just look, I don't know, they look very postage. So that's why I went with the postage dies. I think the postage makes it look like a stamp. So let's make us a postage for this. Let me stick that out on the side. Put that away. You know, if you've never really been with us and stamped before, that's okay. Come along. We will show you everything that you need. But today we're going to do some stamping with color. I love color. All right, here comes my stamps. And today, let's see, on the other card, I used Berry Burst and Fresh Freesia. But for this one, because we're emphasizing this panel here, I'm going to go Poppy Parade and Strawberry Slush. That's one of the new colors, Strawberry Slush, which I love. It's my favorite new color. Do you have a favorite new color? Somebody tell me if you have a favorite new color. All right, when we stamp with photopolymer, sorry to rock the camera, we like to use this nice little Pierce mat, it's called, just because it just really gives it a little push tush. You know, they're talking about that. Aren't they talking about that in football? See, I miss Kathy. She can't talk back to me. The push tush. Do you like it? Do you believe they should have it? I don't know. Okay, we're coming in with that. That came out kind of dark, but that's okay. And we're going to come in. One way to do it, let me see if I can flip it. So there are always 2 sides to every piece of cardstock. If you don't like one side, go to the other. Let's try that with, I'm going to, you know, I forgot to put down a mat. So I'm going to come in here with a piece of, and I'm going to stamp off one time. Stamp that again. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I wanted a lighter color that kind of matches that. So that was my Strawberry Slush stamped off one time onto a scrap paper or onto your grid mat, and then stamped onto the paper. Now this is pretty easy to line up. So I got to tell you, Stampin' Up! Sometimes it's like really tricky to line up, but these are pretty good because they gave you nice lines, and you can find that long, skinny one over here and match them up. I'm going to get my head right over the camera. I don't think you get done. Pretty good. Pretty good. But you know what? It's all good because it's just stamping, and there are no stamping mistakes, only stamp opportunities. I'm going to get a center on here, and I'm going to use Early Espresso. And notice I got it mounted on both sides. So what I'm going to do is do this. I'm going to stamp off again. Grab my paper. I should have had a grid mat down. Stamp off. Come back over here. And that's okay. That's a little wonky. If you don't like it, just stamp it again. And then I'm going to come in with the other side. I'm going to peel that off for a second so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. And because I like to matchy-matchy with everything, I'm actually going to top it off with a Stampin' Right marker. Just come in with some yellow. So I can kind of matchy the flower that's on there. That's pretty good. Okay, the lines aren't super straight, but hey, it's a handmade card, guys. It's a handmade card. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I'm going to remind you that you don't always have to use basic black. Another good staple in your cat stash. Ooh, didn't mess up. Is early espresso. Yes, I got a smudge on it. That's okay. That's all right. I'm not going to panic. Am I going to panic? Maybe I am going to panic. I'm going to flip over. I'm going to go back to that. See? It's got to adjust sometimes. Just adjust. Flexibility is the key to life. Right? Whatever you don't like, do it again. Hey. Yes. Boom. I like that one better. All right, coming back over with my early espresso. Oh, I'm going to stamp off on the other side. Come right on top. Take that off for a sec. Stamp it down. Huh, I kind of like it. The little, I don't know what you call those, the little texture for the inside. I'm not quite over it, but you get the idea. Put that back on, and then top it off. Yeah, okay. I like that one much more better. Don't act like I used to be a teacher, right, Paula? Don't remind me. Oh, yeah, it's a recycle bin. That's a recycle bin, Kathy. But I like to make do. All right, now I'm going to get out my basics again. Old olive, garden green. Some people are old olive people. Some people are garden green people. I'm not a fan of garden green, but I will use it because, hey, it's pretty. But it's not my favorite. Oh, look how I got a smudge on there. That's okay. I'm just going to try to be careful and just stamp straight down and back up. And then I do have a handy dandy baby wipe at the ready. Clean it off. All right, let's get the leaves on. I will not leaf it until I get it on there. Okay. See, I don't have my partner to make fun of me. Here we go. I'm going to stamp, tap it in this stamp pad. Okay, this is the garden green, but then I'm going to come in and just a touch of the old olive, because that way it'll all go together. See that? And this time I'm going to go old olive and just a touch, like right on the edge here of the garden green. And I get a two-tone. Yes! I like that one better. That, you know, whatever you don't like, just flip it around. Just do another thing. Sometimes I think we overthink. I know I overthink just about everything. Everything. All right, now I'm going to go. And sometimes I have to do a Nike to myself and say, just do it. Just do it. Oh, maybe I'll put it down here this time. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the thanks kind of down here. I'm going to get more. The nice thing about photopolymer is you can kind of look through and see whether or not the stamp is inky enough. And just keep tapping. Notice I'm not smushing. I'm just lightly tapping. Like I told my kindergartners who stamped with me, tap, tap, tap. 1, 2, 3. And I do hold it down for 3 seconds. That's not that prominent. But that's okay. All right, now we're going to use, I'm going to use this little die. And I want to make it kind of off center a little bit so it does look more like a postage stamp. Hey, the message inside will say thanks. Let me see where I want to put it. And I'm going to use my highlighter tape here just to hold it down. Okay. And here's the tip for the day. Close your inks because otherwise you'll be wearing your inks. I'm already wearing my inks. Ask me how I know. How many times have I gone out and I look down, I'm like, oh, yeah, ooh, that's ink all over me. And I also have got to clear my area. Not good at that. By the time I get done stamping, sometimes I have a huge pile. All right, let's get out the mini. I'm gonna pull back a little bit. Get out the mini. We're gonna use the base plate. We're gonna use the messy plate, which we flip every time. I'm gonna put that on top. I'm gonna use it, this one a little farther back so that it'll catch. Roll it through. Oh, let me see, let me get this. Yeah, let's see if it should work. Oh, I hate hitting the camera. And it takes some muscles. Hear that pop? Don't worry, that's a good sound. That's a happy sound. It's a happy little sound. All right, let's pop it out. Come on, tape. You can see my mistakes on the back, but nobody will see that. No one will know. Yeah, cute. Cute-o. All right. And again, I have my little magnetic tray here. Keep everything relatively organized. Sorry for the popping. Cover your ears. All right, now let's get that mounted on. And I've got a 2 1/4 by 3 1/8 little thing here. I'm gonna post these measurements when I post the card too, guys. And I'm gonna put that on. That gives it just a little bit. Okay. And then we're gonna add that old olive, because this will kind of tie it into the background and make sure that it all pops. And I am going to stick that glue on real quick. See, it's just a little bit right on. All right, let's get our card base back. Come here, baby. Aren't you so cute? You're so cute. All right, and of course, dimensionals. I'm gonna use 3 on this. I'll tell you what, dimensionals are actually super strong. And you got to make sure now that your dimensionals aren't going to go over to the this side, okay? So we're going to go like that. Dimensionals are really strong adhesive, and they will hold like nobody's business. They are very strong. All right, we'll center it up. Cute! Don't you just love it when you create something and it just feels so good? Like, look at that, I made that. And you give it to somebody and you're like, I actually made that. So, let me get my pick tool back out, or I like to call it the push tool. And I'm gonna use these gems today. I love these things. They're holographic resin dots. What I love about them is they go with everything because they pick up the color that you're using. So let's pull those out. I'm gonna go make our triangle. So let's see. I'm going to go here, get that one close, and then one that's maybe a little farther away. Let's see. Let's go down this way. Yeah. Ho. There we go. Simple and easy. Write your message. You can stamp another message. It fits in a 3x5, but wait, we're not done. We're not done. We got to do the envelope. Okay, check it out. This was a piece of the same paper from the top where I cut it off. You've got to have at least a 2 1/4. This happens to be a 3 because it's what's left over. And to do our envelope, we're just going to trace the outside here of our envelope flap. Like that. And then we're going to line it up. So I like to do it kind of like this so that I make sure that I do get it aligned. Line it up to the top. Oh, I want to go a little more sideways because I want to get more of the pink. See what I'm doing here? Let's line it up. And now we got to get our snips. Little tip on the snips, I keep a little something sparkly. First of all, Kathy and I stamped together, so I'll know this was mine, but also I can find it a little more easily in my junk pile when I'm stamping. And everything is going. And it's like an archaeological dig, you know? You just keep digging down and find layers and layers. Okay. And just trim that puppy out. And I love this because when you give this card, you can mail it and it's still got a little bit of oomph to it. And look at that. Here we go. There's our card for the day. A fun fold you can do with the things you have. And then send it. That's the other tip. Try to send it. Because I don't know about you, I have a bunch that I have, but you can do this. If you would make a card with this fun fold with your supplies, post it. Post it right here. Post it on this thread. And this video is also going to be on YouTube. And don't forget, we do have our Stampin' Retreat, June 14th. I don't know where my post-it. Oh, here they are. Come and have fun. It's a one-day getaway, Sips and Bloom mini retreat, June 14th. Message us for more details. Listen, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. It is beautiful out here in Maryland. I hope you're having a great day. Go sip and bloom. Hey, Michelle. Gotta say hi to you, too. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Make a card. Make yourself happy. I'm going to flip back. Say goodbye. Enjoy the blooms. Have a great day. Love you guys.